What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, y'all thought I wasn't going to talk about this? If you follow me on Instagram at Boxing Ego, you may know where I'm going with this. If not, stick around, listen to the video. And I want to talk about purses. Can I talk about some purses? So, Dan Rayfield of ESPN reported the purses for the big fights coming up this weekend. And we'll start with Khan Alexander. Amir Khan is getting 950K. Devon Alexander is getting 600,000. Thurman's getting 500,000. Leonard Bundu, his contract's not on file, so we don't know how much he's getting at the moment. And Abner Modis is getting 250,000. Not bad. Now, I'm not in charge of like these. Their money has nothing to do with me, but if I'm looking at it and I'm making an observation about it, I would say these purses are fair. Amir Khan, to me, is the bigger star out of him and Devon Alexander for this magnitude. So I think that's a fair purse for him, 950K, and Alexander's getting 600, which is only 100,000 more than Keith Thurman. But that makes sense to me. You know what I mean? He's not too many fights removed from a loss where he lost his belt to Sean Porter. Then he came back with Jesus Soto Caras. Thurman's undefeated. They're in the same division. So I think these are fair numbers. Moving on, we'll look at the Timothy Bradley fight. Mauricio Herrera is getting 200,000 and Benavidez is getting 90,000. That makes sense to me as well. Herrera, a lot of people thought, including myself, thought he got robbed in the fight with Danny Garcia. He's fought better opposition than Benavidez as a pro. He fought Kareem Mayfield, beat Ruslan Provodnikov, fight Mike Alvarado, and again the Danny Garcia controversy, and then Johan Perez. So I think that's a fair purse for him. And Benavidez is the up and comer who is trying to prove and you know what I mean take out the veteran. I like that. I think those are good solid numbers. Now, you look at the main event for Top Rank, and it might shock you. Timothy Bradley is getting $2 million, and Diego Chaves is getting 35,000, not 350,000. I'm not missing a zero. 35,000. And Korobov's getting 160. Andy Lee's getting 225,000. Now, any way you slice it, I had this conversation with some people, and they're like, "Oh, in Argentina, you can live like a king on 35,000." Not the point, because he's not fighting in Argentina. He's fighting in Las Vegas. That is horrendous. Like out of all the purses, and I follow boxing, so from the pre-fight build-ups to the weigh-ins to the purses to the fight to the aftermath to what they do next, interviews. I follow boxing, and I don't recall a time whether they were like from foreign places or in the states. I don't remember someone on a big card getting 35 fucking thousand. I used to work at Lowe's as a manager, and I was shitting on that. Now, be it was annually, it was my annual salary. However, me working a modest job, putting in regular hours, I shouldn't even be able to come close at a store level to what these motherfuckers as a pro athlete are getting for their fight. So I think that's suspect. He's getting 35 fucking thousand. Now, to make matters worse, to add salt to the wound, Amir Khan's fucking trunks cost a reported 47, 48,000 in when you convert the pounds to US dollars. That's how much he paid for it. So nearly 50,000 the motherfucker paid for his trunks, and his trunks are worth and cost more than Diego Chavez's purse to fight a once beaten Timothy Bradley in Las Vegas. I think that's crazy. But again, I don't fault. First of all, as far as Bradley, him getting 2 million, more power to him. He's a once beaten fighter. His resume is deeper than a lot of guys at welterweight. He's fought tons of people. You know what I mean? With the exception of Amir Khan, he fought really everybody of relevance other than Floyd Mayweather. And obviously that fight's a little bit harder to make, being with Top Rank and Mayweather Promotions, Golden Boy, and that whole thing. So, his resume is deep. I think he deserves a good paycheck, you know what I mean? Because he fought tough fight after tough fight, from the Nate Campbells to the Devon Alexanders to Ruslan Provodnikov to Pacquiao twice. You know what I mean? A guy fought Pacquiao twice. You have to expect that he's coming to do big things and get solid paydays after that. So I really like Timothy Bradley and his resume, and I think that's justifiable. But that's crazy that Diego Chavez's people allow for 35,000. Again, I understand inflation. I understand you can go to other parts of the world. You can go to Argentina. You can go to Mexico. You can go to the Philippines, and the conversion rate might be different. So 35,000 here might not seem like a lot, but you can get a lot of property or cars or whatever the fuck in those various places. However, what if he wanted to move his family from Argentina to the States? You know what I mean? He want to move to Oxnard and roommate, you know what I'm saying? Well, he would need to be a roommate with Maidana and shit. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? What if he wanted to come out here? That's crazy. 35,000 is still fucking 35,000. And I say it like this. If 35,000 is so much money in Argentina, then and you can live great, what the fuck is 100,000? What is 250,000, which is a more respectable, realistic purse that other pro athletes are getting. Now, this is not make a claim for Diego Chaves, because I don't really give a fuck how much the motherfucker gets paid. I'm just saying it just goes to show you the politics of boxing and the power of business. I understand he's coming off a disqualification, so some people would argue that he shouldn't even be in this position to even be facing a Timothy Bradley. But man, always make sure you play the game and don't let the game play you. That is the power of negotiating. And it's funny because it reminds me of situations like with Mayweather, and they're like, oh, Mayweather or Pacquiao, and people don't like the purses. Like, why is Maidana getting this? And like, if you remember in the first Maidana fight, Maidana got right around what Amir Khan was getting, and Amir Khan was fighting a fucking Luis Collazo, and Maidana was fighting Mayweather. But again, it's the power of negotiation. You, if that's your worth, and you think that you'll do, you know what I'm saying, you'll do this task and fight this person for that amount, and then you sign on the dotted line, that's your fucking fault. I even remember Robert Guerrero versus Mayweather. He held out, so shout out to him and his team. And I think it might have even been before he was with Al Heyman. I don't remember if he was with Al Heyman at the time, but he held out for more money because he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. And he got actually a cool payday. He got more than I believe Victor Ortiz got. And I thought Victor Ortiz was probably a bigger name. Victor Ortiz got 1.2 million, maybe 2 million. And I think Robert Guerrero got like 3 million and did less numbers than Ortiz in the pay-per-view buy. So again, the power of business. And I understand the metrics. I understand money's different in Argentina. So save me those comments, or the comments like, just, I don't know. I can already foreshadow some of the comments that I'm going to see. Just like, oh, the money's different, the conversion's different, he can live. Blah, blah, blah. I get that. But that's still $35,000, which is pretty shitty. But again, if Diego Chaves is on and cracking, that's fine. You know what I mean? Some people are like, oh, it's not all about money, it's about honor. Fuck that. They're prize fighters. He needs to be taken care of. Especially, like, look at it like this, man, from the business perspective. Diego Chaves is really, in my opinion, one fight removed from being really irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? One loss. If he gets like beat dominant versus Tim Bradley, where does he really go? You know what I'm saying? He fought Keith Thurman and lost to him. He was a mandatory for Paulie Malignaggi before that. He fought Brandon Rios and lost to him, whether you agree with the disqualification or not. So if he fights Timothy Bradley and loses to him, motherfuckers aren't going to keep giving him that many more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to be looking at his future and concerned with how much money he's getting, unless he's that confident that he's going to beat Timothy Bradley. If you guys watch my official prediction, I predicted Timothy Bradley to win this fight. So we'll see what Diego Chaves shows up, and if he can get it done, and if that 35,000 will motivate him. And again, I can already foreshadow the comments about, oh, it's the money's different in Argentina, and he's getting money in Argentina on the back end for pay-per-view buys. No, you could still get a solid base amount and then get any additional perks from the TV rights in Argentina or whatever. 35,000 is 35,000, and that's shit. I don't know, man. I'll be hot if my opponent is getting 2 million and I'm getting 35,000. Like, damn, you couldn't get him like a 1.5 million and give me the rest. But again, The power of business and the power of negotiating. It's all about what you negotiate. If you put it in the contract and, you know what I'm saying, you agree to those terms, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think Diego Chaves getting what motherfuckers at Popeye's Chicken get in a year. Let me know. Drop me a comment. Make sure you like my video as always. Hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.